Have you seen my keys?
No, as long as you're aware.
Okay.
I'm dead. I'm like, my body shouldn't have this much caffeine in it right now at this fucking hour.
What about you, Alex?
What's the question, sir?
That's right. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. That's some dirty content.
This is the dream.
This is it, bro. Yeah, yeah.
They'll be like, oh, modification.
Yeah. Yeah, if you hear that, that means idiot foreigner, so.
Oh. And if they come up to you and they say, Kai kaku arerugi, that means crustacean. I do that. Going to Japan with my best friends. 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 When did they arrive? Oh, good. We cancelled, but that was good. It was worth it.
Yeah, that's true. I could see in your eyes like how hot it was. If I don't land on it, it's gonna be actual shit.
Oh, we got the same bag.
Okay.
No, you're the
Hey, what? Hey, if it doesn't work, you can just transfer me all your money.
What are you doing, Cody?
Pudding. Yeah, you're doing the Japan.
Yeah.
Wow. My space at just the right time, and I didn't know that I needed this. You entered my space at just the right time, and I didn't know that I needed this. You entered my space at just the right time, and I didn't know that I needed that. Yeah. You entered my space at just the right time, yeah.
I'll use them. Yeah, I do need that though. Thank you.
Who's gonna kiss first? Come on, you're the pro. Oh shit, this is me. Yeah. What was the question?
What were you guys doing in Japan?
Hello, konbawa. Konbawa.
We're touring.
Touring with the band.
Touring with the band. Band in Japan.
Touring, hanging out.
Being friends.
Playing some shows.
7.
Yeah, 7 shows.
7 shows.
Seeing the world.
But just Japan. The whole of Japan.
Yeah. Yep.
All 4 cities in Japan. The whole Japan.
Yeah.
What were your first impressions when you first arrived? Like first day?
It was like, this is remarkably just like any other place. Except I can't read anything.
Fuck, it's hot.
Oh, yeah.
Hot.
Very hot.
Yeah, no, it was hot. Oh, no, I don't know. I just like, wow, it's Japan.
I never knew how excited I'd be for corner store food. It felt silly walking around and freaking out over things in 7-Eleven.
Yeah, it was like, they got chicken in 7-Eleven, this shit is insane.
Went to this Japanese barbecue place in Osaka, and it was fucking great. It was just $17.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was $17, and it was all you can eat. Wasabi, rice, I think beer as well. Like, unlimited. And then it's just really good Wagyu beef.
It's fully yen. It is.
yen.
It is, yeah.
Big, thick wallet full of it.
Yeah, big fucking fat. Fully yen. This
God.
is $10.
Fully yen. Okay, how much yen we got in that
Fucking,
wallet?
fucking yen.
Oh, could I get a bit of yen? Could I get a bit of yen?
You want a bit of yen, mate? You want a bit of yen?
Maybe I'll get a bit of yen.
Wait a minute. 1, 2.
Wait a minute, is that not yen? I don't think it's yen.
I checked, and it's yen. It's
Oh, it's yen.
fucking...
Oh, can I touch a little bit?
Yen.
Oh, touch a bit of yen on my middle finger.
Middle finger on
Yen on that finger.
Middle finger on the air. Food was fucking gammon. Nothing to fucking eat, man. Why is that, Edo? I think it's a bit immoral to eat like something that was like alive, so I'm not gonna. And then I go there, and it's just egg sandwiches. I ate 4 egg sandwiches in one day.
Casa Hana, we got food downstairs every day.
That one was just funny. What was the place like?
Small, in one word. It was pretty funny, like the upstairs toilet. Did any of you guys see that?
Oh yeah, so like you're sitting and the wall for the toilet's like right here if you're sitting down,
Like you probably wouldn't be able to fit in there. Like
I tried.
It made you wonder when you're like, or made me wonder when I was like walking around the place. I was like, could I live here? I never asked myself, could I live here with 8 dudes?
It's pussy. Please. Coming around.
For me personally, I've travelled internationally before, so the first morning of waking up in a different country was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Like, it was one thing to land in there the night before, but I guess we're all pretty wired from the actual travel. But, like, actually waking up after a good night's sleep and walking out into Osaka was pretty wild.
Yeah.
It was good.
Tricky, but I think we all did a good job of keeping it together. Like, got to applaud everyone for that. Like,
as stressful as it was, we had no issues.
Yeah,
in
like,
the end, like full credit to the boys.
Because we were there for like a task. So I think the mindset that we came into is a bit different than just like,
that's true.
Wide-eyed traveler. Like, it's more like, okay, we're here, we got to get to the ACOM. They have all the same things. They have transport, they have accommodation, they have gigs. So like from like a first impression, if you will, it's a big place. There's a lot of people. We have somewhere to go.
I guess what was challenging at the start was like, I guess communication, maybe.
Yeah. It was alright. Like, I think by the end of it, we had a good pattern. I think even if we had a plan, there was like still struggles of like working out, of everyone knowing what was going on.
Because we're all kind of figuring the whole thing out at the same time, and every individual person was at a different place in terms of understanding. So if you like kind of get it and then you're already in that motion, somebody else might not, necessarily be on the same page.
How was getting around Japan with all the luggage and 10 people and instruments?
That sucks so much.
It was fucking terrible, but it was awesome.
Why are you taking off the stickers?
So we're going to abandon this.
That's sad.
Denzel's already got the stickers he wants.
That's history right there.
Oh, it's not mine, though.
Are you happy with choosing a musician lifestyle?
I think a bad day fishing better than a good day at work, brother. Isn't that right, Edo?
The 10th person made that doable. Tony.
Hey, shout out to Tony. Fuck you. Good ways.
I took a bag, and because I had a bag on, everyone thought I had enough room to carry more things because I didn't have a suitcase. Next time I'd take a suitcase and my instrument, and then no one could make me carry other things because my hands would be full. So I just was carrying all this fucking shit all on the train.
Yeah.
It was just full on. It like
And our packs were heavy too.
And that just made me a bit of a cunt, I think, having a pack.
Agreed. Not that. Not that. No, not agreed you're a cunt having a pack. Agreed that having a pack sucked.
Caleb would like this. He should order this. Come on, tell him in the comments. Tell him in the comments down below. Tell him in the comments down below.
Listen to your buddy in the comment section. They would love you to like this.
Oi guys, listen to your mother, listen to your father, listen to Sam. Caleb would love this. Caleb, any Calebs out there? If your name is Caleb, your name is Caleb.
Truthfully, that was our first extended period of time together like that. I think all of us had thought in the back of our heads like, I wonder how it's going to go, us being in this close proximity, traveling around together. And we did it, and I was just like so proud of how everyone behaved.
There was no problems. I feel great. I feel fine.
Anthony's knee busted like maybe halfway through. Well, you recovered pretty quick, eh?
No.
Yeah. Oh, well, you seem like you recovered pretty quick. You powered through. Put that thing away. It was a lesson in patience because there was always something that'd always be something. Someone's car's not topped up, or they have to find their pass, or we don't know where we're going. Like we think this is the line, and then it's not the line, and yeah.
Like honestly, it was like if anyone had a problem, we just all stuck with each other and we all dealt with it. It was like we were all patient with each other.
Yeah.
See you, Chief.
Hooray.
See you, boys.
Bye, Alexander.
It's time for a merch run. Chris and I were meant to do this together, but he's too busy being famous. Bye, Caleb. Love you.
Love you too, Alex.
Yeah.
What were the venues like? Anything about them stuck out individually? The venues were cool as. I don't know. I like the whole the sticker thing that they do over there. That shit's mad. Like that makes so much sense. Like in terms of like leaving having a venue and then like leaving your footprint type of thing. Like being a part of performing at the venue. Like that's such a cool way that they do it in Japan. And then in some of the green rooms it's just like covered in like the stickers and the different bands, and it just like feels like you're a part of something. It's genius. I like that idea.
I really liked KD's Coach Dream one. That was pretty sick. Felt like a mini museum. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And the stair set was cool. And a bunch of metal, like a chandelier in the middle going down.
Yeah, that was cool.
I couldn't find the door because it was covered in stickers.
Yeah, it blended
so
in.
was the wall. Yeah. It was crazy. It felt like a dead end after the stair set.
Real hidden bar sort of thing. And they're all just wherever they could fit as well. I think Mojo was in an office building.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
the green room was in the office.
Yeah, you had to go from the basement floor to the second floor or something, or the first floor or something.
Yeah.
And like it was like down corridors and stuff, but then it linked up through the back to the stage. It was like crazy.
Sound was great in all of them. The professionalism of everyone, awesome. How neat everything was just awesome. I feel so inspired to like try and be half as good as all the venues and people over there when I go back to work, because it was just great.
Super switched on, super quick. Sometimes there's a snarkiness that comes from
none of that
the sound crew, and like
Soundies in Australia, so hit and miss.
It's like sometimes it's understandable because like it's a stressful job. I don't want to discredit that, but like sometimes you come into sound check and you just get that like some sound crew can just make you feel so small just for no reason.
Like, and then you have to play a show.
How you feeling, Mr. Alex, with your big bag?
I feel surprisingly great. I had a really late night last night. Ada and I did laundry at 4 in the morning. I feel fucking horrendous.
I think I was quite surprised how like the small venues, how well equipped the small venues were. I don't think there was a venue where I was like shocked or like being like, oh, underwhelmed, I guess, or like
you know how you perform at some venues over here and you're like, oh, okay, it might be
it's gonna be a rough show.
Yeah.
But like every show, every venue over there was super well equipped and super accommodating for a band like us, which I was really worried about.
You didn't speak Japanese.
Didn't speak Japanese, but also like we're an 8-piece band. Not many venues over here would be properly equipped to handle that.
It was just like everyone was like on the same team.
Yeah, and I feel like regardless of whether or not you can understand what they're saying, you know when people are upset.
Yeah.
Like you know when people are frustrated with you, and there was
upset.
no vibe or feeling ever of like we were wasting anyone's time, or it was just like and I feel like personally I was pretty proud of us just as a group with how succinct we were. Like I think there's definitely things we can do better always, but I think in general, like I don't think for how many of us there are, I don't feel like we waste a great deal of time.
I think we did pretty good for 8 freaking idiots.
Yeah.
They were so quiet. Like on stage, if we wanted to like discuss something real quick before we jumped into a song, they'd almost hear us, like because they were that quiet in between. Yeah, it was pretty cool, but I don't know, like they were loud when they needed to be, I guess, like, you know, when they were clapping off the songs. But that'd die out real quick. Yeah. And then just be like silence while they wait for us. And that was like for every band, like the crowd was the same. It was cool like watching Alex figure out how to best interact with the audience, especially despite the language barrier. Like he started doing more moves that the audience could do as well, because it seemed like they really liked that.
Yeah, they really like doing moves, like copy stuff.
That sort of thing, and then I look out and everyone's doing it. I was like, whoa. We played Landslide and we did like the last bit, the R's, like after the song finished, and they kept going with it.
They kept going,
which is awesome, and like shows the power of R's, because like you don't need to understand the words or be able to speak the language to say R.
Yeah.
Particularly liked gigs over there a lot more than here, because everyone at the gig, there wasn't like heaps of people, but everyone that was there wanted to be there, and that was what they were doing.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful.
And they were there to watch the music and let it happen. And don't get me wrong, I love doing gigs here. Like,
I hate it. I never want to play here again.
Keen for the South Australia tour. No. I love doing gigs here because there is like in Western culture, there's more of a chaotic energy that is beautiful. That is beautiful in its own right, and obviously you can understand each other easier. But the audience wants to be part of the gig more than, like, some people want to make it more about themselves at the performance than just letting the band perform, which is that's just the territory sometimes, and you just got to deal with that. But in Japan, it's like they're just chilling, and they let you do your thing. You know, there's no like play this, play that.
Felt like everyone in there was there for every band. Like whenever a band was playing, it was like they were there to see them.
Yeah.
Like I noticed that the most when we played at that show with the Idols. Like I reckon like half of the people were there to see them.
Oh, the two Japanese girls.
Yeah.
Dancing. Yeah.
Yeah, but you couldn't tell that, like, during our set you'd think they were there to see us. During the people before us, you'd think they were there to see them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It wasn't until afterwards that everyone lined up for a $15 Polaroid with these two girls.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I think they're all there to see them.
Yeah.
Oh, interacting with the bands was like crazy because
That's the funnest bit, hey?
Everyone was keen to talk, but it was just like getting past the language barrier. Like, I feel like a lot of people were just like, good, or like, good job.
Yeah.
But then once we got to like actually talking to people, it was good. It was like, yeah.
And like people were like okay with like spending like a minute on Google Translate typing in what they want to say.
Yeah.
Having a language barrier kind of made each conversation a bit more meaningful in the way that like you're trying to kind of get across a message to each other, right? And like say if it's a compliment or something, I guess it just means a bit more when you don't have the same, like when you finally understand what they're trying to say to you, and it's like, oh, we went through all that effort just to get that message across.
Yeah. Very patient. It was awesome because like I feel like we get to interact with people more directly because we've like broken the ice. You know, if we were just tourists, we would be able to do that without a lot of, like, it would be very, very hard to get the same sort of relationship building that we're able to get, which is really cool.
Oh man, these are some cool people. And they think we're cool and we think they're cool. And we can't talk. Like, we try with the translator, but it's like, oh, we would get along so well if only we could communicate, which was a bummer. But also really cool.
Yeah.
Makes me want to go back.
I found that I think maybe coincidentally just a lot of the people I was speaking to happen to have pretty good English anyway. Regardless of that, I found it really easy to, maybe I'm not afraid to really put my whole body into what I'm trying to explain. So I probably look fucking insane to some of those people, like me trying to talk to them, but like eventually I would always kind of get my point across.
Well, I found like you could get a bit of a conversation, but nuance, no more than a few sentences. Like, therefore the language used in the conversations was very direct, but I think it still reflected how we felt, which was really cool because it was like we meant it, which was pretty nice. Like when people said, like someone said, I am sad, we can't talk, or something like that, and I was like, yeah, I am too, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
it was a cool moment, like with that band, and then he was like, I love, and he was like, I want to play again.
Yeah.
He was like, please come back. And we were like, yeah. And that conversation happened a few times with a few bands.
Dropping like the shame of like trying to speak Japanese or trying to communicate and not really, like, potentially not being understood, whether it's in English or Japanese or whatever. Like, that was like an interesting lesson. I don't know about you guys, but it's just hard to do stuff that you're not good at. And like, you just had no option there. You had to do something that you're not good at. So that was cool. It was like a very humbling experience, but I feel like it's easier now to do stuff that I'm not good at, like in front of people, and like just be like, yeah, well, I'm not good at it, it's fine. It is what it is.
The people that we were talking to, like, they were just so intentful in terms of listening to you, like, with that in mind. I don't know, it just seemed a bit more genuine when they were like trying to listen to what you were saying and then respond like in the conversation. I don't know, it was really cool because everyone was so respectful over there.
Interacting with the bands was incredible because it was just like this beautiful realization that everywhere you go, you find the same kind of people, and in a good way. It's like you just find other versions of the people that you love back home, and there's people in another country speaking another language that are exploring the same thing in a very similar way. And just talking to the bands about music they like, and them asking about the music we like, and just sharing our experiences. All of that was just so beautiful. And then I think each gig had its own factor as to why it was so special. And then outside of the gigs, seeing Nara, seeing the deer, and that was pretty special. Going to the Imperial Palace in Kyoto and just like being able to stand in that place was that hit me pretty hard.
Man, I could recite the entire trip, but I think the other real highlight for me was Nara, because I think that's what I pictured Japan.
Yeah.
From like the traditional aspect was, going to the temple, also seeing all the deer was pretty cool.
Oh, we went to one of the temples, and I was waiting for everyone to like finish in the gift shop, so I went out and like sat down. And then by the time everyone came out, there was like 3 deer just like sitting around me, just chilling, just like patting them. It was like really nice. Like the gardens were like they're really clean. It was beautiful. Everything was beautiful there. Like,
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
it's great.
That temple was fucking amazing too.
That was crazy.
Like, it's so beautiful. Like, yeah, like almost like make you emotional. Like,
Yeah.
just from a building. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I think in Osaka that was pretty cool. Like, trying to talk with my like limited Japanese to one of the dudes in the bands, like Tiger and Dragon, and he bought like snacks for everyone. That dude, the dude was just like smoking hardcore behind the bar and just like yelling and pointing at everyone. He was so funny. Yeah, and then he bought snacks for everyone, and then they were like, in Japanese, they're like, which one do you like? Which one's your favorite? And I'm like, oh, this one. And they're like, okay, try this. What about now? And I was like, oh, still this one. And that went on for a bit, and then they came back with like a massive bag full of them. Yeah, as a gift, and that was lovely.
Oh, yeah.
That was very nice.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What do we got, Alex?
More snacks.
Snacky boys.
He's giving us food. It's fucking awesome.
He's rewarding us.
And then, yeah, I mentioned earlier, like Matthew, Wang Wang was his band. Just like musically, the band was like right up my alley for what I like to listen to, and they smashed it. And then his speech, him talking about, like he mentioned like Magnificent and like real deep cut songs and stuff, and he knew all of our names already. Like I walked in and he was like, Alexander. And I was like, yeah, man. And then he talking to him was just amazing. He was asking all these questions about like Restless and like the we filmed at that house there. He's like, is that where you guys like hung out and stuff like that? And I was like, yeah, kind of, man. I was like, but just his interest in stuff that is very normal for us, I guess, because it's our life. But he was like viewing it like in a way that we would view maybe, I don't know, American football or something like that, or yeah, just any of those like sort of emo bands, and it's cool as. That was pretty cool.
I got into like a rap circle with some of the artists, one of the last gigs, and I was beatboxing, they were freestyling. That was pretty good. That was like one of my favorite memories from the trip.
Were they freestyling in Japanese? Or?
The first guy did it in English, and then the rest was Japanese, and I just presumed it was good. Yeah, I made some faces.
And you already talked about the guy in red, the red guy.
Yeah.
Dude, his performance was crazy. What were your thoughts on that?
Man, his performance was sick. Like, considering that it was just like bass and drums, like no vocals, it was like so good. Like some of the chords that he was playing and like the emotion that he could get out with just like playing bass, it's unreal, man. And he was so funny. Like he was like shouting questions in Japanese while we were on stage. Like he was shouting questions in Japanese to us. I think I know what that means, so I try and translate for Alex, then he'd try and answer, and then every time he's like, whoa, and then another question would come, and it was pretty funny. He was just like a character. He was trying to like, I don't know if you guys saw, but he, like after the show when we were all hanging out, he'd had definitely a couple drinks, and he was like, I don't know what he was trying to do, but he was acting out like he had this really, really expensive salmon. And he's like, would you buy? Would you buy? Would you buy? To everyone. And then like Carla was like, yeah. And then he's like, yeah. And he's like, and I don't know what the point was, but I was enthralled. It was great.
Okay, the last show in Kyoto where we were all hanging out upstairs.
Oh yeah, that was so sick.
That
last bit was great. Like on our last show in the pub, in the space that we performed, the booking agent for that venue also owned the venue as well, and he just let us have a little after party with like the bands that we played with. It was just so wholesome.
What is that? That's you. It's not solo. You.
Here is the surprise!
We were just singing and just having a good time and drinking. And, it was so beautiful. And it was over too fast, honestly. That whole last thing. And it was
Anthony passing out in the stage area.
Oh yeah, Anthony getting passed out.
Cut to
everywhere and any place.
Yeah. I love this band, and I love my friends, and I love playing music.
Again! I know misfortune brought you here, but you're safe now. So safe now. When no one's ever made me feel this fucking special. So special. Feel so special.
Australia の英語で、Stubby Cooler. Stubby Cooler. Cooler. Yeah. Stubby Cooler.
Stubby Cooler.
Hey, there you go. Yeah. Koozie. Yeah.
What is playing?
Thank you!
Yeah!
Hot, no hot! Always cool beer! Yeah, beautiful!
Yeah!